Jones slips behind. O'Connor attempt. Blaire rolls through. Blaire rolls through. Rolling Thunder. Dropping. Jones catches one right in the chest. Jones is down. Wait a minute. He's in the middle of the ring. That angle. I think Blaire sees it too. Blaire's going up to the top. Blaire sees this moment, folks. He's calling for it. Frog splash. And Blaire Dior takes this one home.
This is the premier superstar, Campbell Myers, aka Killer Cam, aka Soup, one half of the Midwest's best tag team, the Premier, and you are watching the I-70 Hot Tag Podcast.
Outlaw whip. No steps over. Insecurity. Outlaw out on his feet. Davey Bagel hooks him up. Bagel's looking for that brain eater. From behind Outlaw, handful of tights. Not enough to put Vega away. Vega coming in hot, makes a big boot again. Let's go, Vega. As he hooked. Whoa! Right in the center of the ring with Vega. Vega with a brain eater. Brain with a brain eater. 1, 2, 3.
This is Pistol Danger, and you're watching the I-70 Hot Tag.
Eddie gets more height, more velocity on that. Probably gets the 3. Going for a Destino, perhaps? No. Rose catches him. Stunt gun over the ropes. Styles clash. Wait, rolls it over. Oh no! And a second one. Good Lord, just for added emphasis. Yeah, you ain't kicking out of that. It's all scrub.
This is the Mile High Magnum, Dak Draper, and you are watching the I-70 Hot Tag Podcast.
Line sends Jeremy Wyatt out of the ring. Dak Draper now. No school play by Jackson. 2 count only. Jackson up to his feet. Into the fireman's carry. Magnum KO. We got a hook in the leg and a cover. 2 and 3. That'll do it. The winner of this matchup and the new Central States champion, the Mile High Magnum Dak Draper, in a hard, fun battle against 3 of the top competitors here in Central States Wrestling.
I am the Giant Killer, Scott Tyler, and you're watching the I-70 Hot Tag.
Price, down at 2 on either side. Price, Maestro Cradle. No, Shota stopped him halfway. Price got out of it at 2.5. Shota downstairs with the knee. And Shota, no time to argue with the official here, Shota. If you want to leave with a lasting impression, it would certainly be time to keep your attention on Ethan Price. Up and over the top goes Shota, roll through from Price. Now carry on through. Wow, Ethan Price, fisherman suplex perhaps. Oh no, it's a package DDT. Look at the outside leg. Count of 3. Ethan Price, that's a quality win.
This is the Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, current, reigning, defending Impact World Champion, and you're watching the I-70 Hot Tag.
To my ass! What's going on? This is Superstar Steve Fender.
You're looking at the big strong boy.
Because I am the illustrious one, Ray Leon.
This is a Kings Road Slayer, Derek Neal, baby.
What's up, everybody? It is one half of the beautiful people and 7-time Women's World Champion Angelina Love. And aren't you lucky? You are watching the I-70 Hot Tag.
And now, CR Media presents the I-70 Hot Tag with your host, Chaos Chase, and the real Josh Elliott.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Chase. As y'all know me, CR Media, and we are live here for another episode of the I-70 Hot Tag. Josh, what are we looking at now? Episode 43?
43.
Less than 10 away from the episode 52, the 1-year anniversary.
Yes, sir.
I think we'll hit the 1-year anniversary before we hit episode 52, though, won't we?
We will. But it'll be close. We took a couple weeks off at the holidays, but yes.
Yeah. How you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. Been a good week. This is crazy, man. It's been a couple weeks since we've had this, the full crew back together. So
I know the consistency and full crew and all that stuff. So it does. It feels good to get back into to things. So
yeah.
I don't hate it, my friend. I don't hate it.
Big shout out to Brian J for filling in the last couple weeks on 2 hot tag episodes and a pit stop episode as well. So shout out to Brian J, baby.
Absolutely. So to get all of that stuff out of the way and everything, wanted to change my mind or change my name and make it look like yours. Look at Scott in the chat already. Chat is lighting up already, man.
Yeah.
Gosh. Did you see that last night on the AW Dynamite post show?
I watched a little bit of it. I haven't seen.
So when it came time to invite people on, Hunter came on, and he showed us. He has this animation, for like a slot machine that goes Joker, the I-70 Hot Tag.
That's badass.
It is.
That's
very
awesome.
badass. It's very badass. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight, guys. We are live on CR Media's Twitch page, twitch.tv/CR Media 1988. Guys, before I continue on talking about where we are live at, I do want to let you guys know we are trying to build a community in the Discord. And one of the ways we are building a community in the Discord is live watch-alongs for premium live events. So we won't do all of WWE's because WWE's are included with Peacock. But if you don't have anywhere to watch the pay-per-view this weekend, don't want to order it, never fear. Come join the Discord and make sure that you are a subscriber on the Twitch, and then you can watch it in Twitch for free, or not for free, but as long as you're a Twitch subscriber. So head on over to the Discord. We are sitting at like 47 members, trying to make it to the end of the month goal to be at 50. So that would be super exciting. We are also live on the I-70 Hot Tags Facebook page and the I-70 Hot Tags YouTube page, guys. So just, wherever you're digesting the content, we greatly appreciate it. Josh, why don't you tell us about the I-70 Hot Tags social media numbers and where people can follow all of the I-70 Hot Tag on social media?
Absolutely. Before I get into that, I want to shout out one specific comment. Shout out to Sonny Money Mayo, who is currently twerking in his living room because the I-70 Hot Tag is on.
You know what? I bet Sonny doesn't do that when Wrestle Talk comes on. I want to throw that out there. So.
No, guys, you can find the I-70 Hot Tag on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook as we are every week, as well as YouTube. Pushing that TikTok page. We are close to 600. So we're slowly gaining to that 1,000 mark so we can go live at live events. That's kind of the goal, is to get live reactions, maybe some live interviews at our shows that we attend. throughout Kansas and Missouri. Also got an Instagram, Twitter as well. So if you guys want to follow us there, go give us like, share, follow, hit that notification bell so you know when we post or when we go live. You can also find me at The Real Josh Elliott in the tag right here. That's all social media platforms as well. So for that local independent wrestling content, the I-70 hot tag.
Absolutely. I want to ask a question. Don't you think it's going to be really awesome when the I-70 hot tag can go live on TikTok and all those other places on social media for that one event?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. You know, there's a yeah, it would be pretty awesome. Are we talking about I got something here that I wanted to play real quick. It's kind of let's just play it real quick. Hang on.
Yeah. Could be.
Tonight, major announcement time.
Yes, tonight, major announcement. Possibly has something to do with that one event that we're talking about.
Yeah.
So guys, make sure you're following CR Media, Josh, and the I-70 hot tag on all forms of social media, guys. We greatly appreciate it. It helps the algorithm, helps to get us out there. So got a lot of cool things happening, as Razdark was said, a lot of big things coming. Want to give a shout out to our guest last week on the I-70 hot tag. I was not here for that. I was at the movies. That's where I was. I was at the movies. That's right. I-70 hot tag guest, Dick Richards of the Empire. So, is the announcement Medea finally getting to slap the shit out of Jeremy Wyatt? I think she's already said that, or I think she's already slapped him before. I want to say that she told me that she got to slap him one time on his peanut head, but she wanted to actually slap him across the face. I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure she's put hands on Jeremy Wyatt before. Yeah. But anyways, shout out to Dick. You can go check that episode out on the I-70 Hot Tags YouTube page. I was able to watch a little bit of that first part with him in there because my movie didn't start till 9:30. I was able to pull up the phone while we were in the theater waiting and got to listen to a little bit of it. So, actually, I think I listened to it in my car. I can't remember which, but anyways, I don't have anything else. Oh, yes. Before we introduce our next guest, I do want to talk about this weekend. This weekend is CSW When the Levee Breaks. CSW's first event since Deal with the Steel. And, we were very excited about Deal with the Steel. So we were very excited with When the Levee Breaks. Josh and I will talk later on about, a lot of the wrestlers who, are going to miss this event or unfortunately not be there because of bigger opportunities in the area going on. So, but anyways, I'm not going to be there as well, but Josh will be. Josh will be there with I-70 hot tag merch. Josh will be smiling and shaking hands and kissing babies in place of me. It'll be like I'm still there. However, the reason why I'm not going to be there is because I have a fantastic opportunity that I have been invited to the Kansas City Chiefs banquet dinner on Saturday for the NFL 101 awards. So, and I will be there as a media personality. So as CR Media. So, which is pretty fucking dope. So that's the only reason I'm missing CSW. Otherwise I would be there as well. But we'll talk about CSW when the levee breaks later on in the show, especially after we give our big announcement. But right now we're going to bring in our guest tonight, who I'm very excited about. Great young up and coming athlete in the area here in Kansas City. He doesn't just wrestle here; he wrestles all around. So, not going to break tradition, Josh. I'll let you cue it up and introduce our guest tonight.
Yes, sir. So we got, like you said, a young up-and-coming wrestler in our area. He wrestles for KCXW. You've seen him in New Breed, XWE. We watched the match from his and IWA promotions for the heavyweight title last year. Please welcome our guest, pro wrestling's finest, Blaire Dior.
Is Blaire Dior's year.
Yo,
how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing pretty solid.
Good, good.
It is Blaire Dior's year. I wanted to say something to you, Chase. You know, nothing against you, but like you did say something, or I was like, you know, so just listen.
I don't think it's Blaire Dior's time yet.
Really?
Not that that's.
You want to explain yourself, Chase?
At that time, we didn't think that it was your time just yet.
Mm-hmm.
I did. And now let's not cut and piece this, man. If you listen to that, I go on to say that I honestly believe that there is within the near future, we are going to see the finest Blaire Dior take on the realest Calvin Aldridge in the main event for the championship.
I respect that. Okay.
It's
just you picked Alan Jones, and I don't like Alan Jones, so it hurt a little bit, you know.
I understand.
Yeah.
Did you win that match?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's why I was rubbing it in.
Oh, okay.
It's in our intro, Chase. We see it every week.
I know. I wanted to give him throw a little bit of bone at him there. So, all right. Listen, man, I will stand corrected, man. It happens.
At least you own up to it. I respect that.
Listen, a wise man once told me, you win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day.
Yeah.
So now you think you're a man with that gun in your hands, don't you, boy? Right. Sorry, I had to.
Yeah, no hard feelings though. I just had to get that off my chest, you know.
I understand. Yeah. No hard feelings. Trust me, I like you a lot better than that. The only people I have hard feelings for is Moonshine Mantell, Jeremy Wyatt, Greg Jovi, and those scumbags over at the Empire, especially those two Bendejos, Valencia E. Paz. So other than that, I don't hold hard feelings towards anybody else, just those select few people.
I've heard about Jeremy Wyatt.
Yeah, we've all heard about.
He's a
Jeremy
scumbag.
Wyatt. He is.
Yeah.
Anyways,
well, Blaire, we appreciate you taking the time out to do this tonight. We've been looking forward to talking to you all week, and really for a few weeks since we booked you on the show.
Yeah.
So our whole goal here is to kind of promote local independent wrestling. Kind of get our viewers and everybody kind of familiar with you, if they're not already. And as we said, 2023 is Blaire Dior's year. So
Thank you.
people will
Amazing.
very
Hey,
if they don't
Dad.
know, they will.
Yeah.
No, Blaire Dior's in the house. Yes,
That's awesome. My dad's not just Tobias Storm's dad. So
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He's a dad to a lot of wrestlers there, I guess. Good old Dean. Appreciate you, Dean. You mean Valentine and Pez? Yes.
So, Blaire, we the whole point of this podcast is to give us an opportunity and give our viewers an opportunity to get to know you a bit more. So one of the things I do every interview is I started off by asking for you to tell us and the viewers who is the finest Blaire Dior.
Well, you just said it yourself. I'm the finest. I'm gonna make a little example for you. You know, I do everything more fun than I'll just say names. Why not? The Marksman, Shylin, the shooter. You okay? Anyways, and then Tobias it's not Saturday Storm. You know, it's the finest of the show. So it's just like you can't really explain it. It's already in the name, you know. Pro wrestling's finest. I know it. I have a lot of cockiness, but somehow I get cheered. So
nice.
Yeah.
What you're a recent graduate of the XWC. Graduated, I think, was it last October? I think it was, or
oh god,
I feel like it was in the fall of last year. Maybe I'm wrong.
It was before the Destiny show.
Was it before Destiny? Okay.
Yeah.
So, kind of walk us through, your path into professional wrestling. How did you get started? How did you become into that XWC?
Well, I've been watching wrestling for since I was 5. And I always got judged, I was treated like I was an anime nerd. But basically I started watching ECW. I watched some ECW and I fell in love with Rob Van Dam. By the way, huge Rob Van Dam fan. Anyway.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I fell in love with Rob Van Dam. And I was watching a match with him and don't have me lying. He was wrestling. It might have been Whipwreck, Mikey Whipwreck.
Probably.
You think it was him? Yeah, but I watched that and I just fell in love because when he did his coast to coast, I was like, yeah, this guy's it. And I love his gear too. It just set it off for me. But when I walked through the KCXW door or XWC, I was already getting judged by my mom. Yeah, you heard me, Mom. You judged me. She was like, because I'm not very confrontational, so she was like, you being a wrestler? Yeah, okay. What's your real job you want to do? I was just like, you can doubt me all you want, but I've been doubted my whole life, so I'm just going to prove everyone wrong. So, and I proved that by graduating. She was like, now she's a big fan now. She's like, oh, yeah, where's my money at? You're not getting any. But yeah. Yeah.
How long of a process was that training? How long were you in the XWC?
See, I started December 15th of 2021.
21?
So
almost a full year?
Yeah, almost a full year.
Nice.
And I was one of the fastest that graduated, so yeah.
There you go. So, Blaire, on Monday, Josh and Brian watched your match from IWA for the heavyweight championship. You had mentioned that was your first heavyweight title match. So talk to us a little bit about that match and tell us about your time in IWA.
So how I got into that match, this is where I know I kind of shitted on her. But Shylin did help me get that match. She was telling the promoter up there, Josh Bott, I think that's how you say his name. But she was telling him, she's like, this kid really is something special. And they gave me the opportunity. And when I heard it was a world title match, I was like, me of all people? I'm like, I guess, but I went out there and I feel like I proved myself. A lot of the fans obviously didn't care about me. They just kept saying, "Let's go, Chris Cade," or "Chris Cade sucks." But I mean, you know,
that was an awesome though. You know, the announcers, we watched the one that Casey filmed, so we didn't get to hear the announcers during the live stream, but you know, they kind of kept playing up the fact that, you know, the new kids coming in here and immediately getting a title shot. So that was kind of cool to see.
They were a little butthurt.
They were.
Yeah.
So hell of a match though, man. It was great.
Yeah, one of my favorites for sure.
So kind of tell us, you know, outside of the wrestling ring, what does Blaire Dior like to do in his free time?
My free time? I wish I had free time. I work 10-hour shifts at Amazon in Lenexa. It sucks. Actually, I almost got fired watching the podcast, you know.
I saw that because I wasn't here. I was at the movie theater and we got there about like 15 minutes before the movie started or whatever. So I've got the podcast pulled up on my phone and I'm watching it. And the first comment I see is yours, like, "Yo, I'm at work trying to sneak on watching this or whatever." So
as soon as I typed that, my boss walked in. I was like, "Oh shit, I'm fired."
just checking the time.
Yeah.
I hope Dean doesn't mean you deserve it to get fired.
Surely not.
I think the comment just came in like right at that time.
Yeah.
I do want to back up. You know, one of the great things about the way we do this, Blaire, is you know, obviously since we do it live, we get a lot of live reaction and live questions as well. So our guy, the astonishing one, Austin Muitalo, says, "Blaire, what are your goals in professional wrestling, sir?"
Goals. Let's see. I mean, at some point, I want to win some gold, but like, I'm not gonna say like out of respect. I'm not gonna say like gold doesn't matter, but like, I'm just in it because I love it. But I know at some point, like, once I win, I might cry. I'll shed a tear a little bit, you know. But that's definitely one goal. I want to step in the ring with one legend at some point. Hope it's not old ass Stone Cold. He did it good, but you know, I feel like if I get in there, I might tire him out. But
what is there a legend in mind that you would like to step in the ring with?
Oh, RVD, but he might be too high. So I don't see that happening anytime soon.
He is starting to show his age just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Just a little bit. Which is crazy because he aged really well.
Yeah.
Then, I feel like he just did an interview recently where he was sitting down and like you could tell like it's starting to catch up to him.
He was out of the universe. Yeah.
So, you know, we talked about you being a recent graduate of the XWC. Talk to us a little bit about the training and the regular day of what wrestling training looks like. You know, one of the really cool things, you know, that we've been able to do is we've been able to, you know, talk to a lot of young people here in Kansas City. But, you know, somebody like yourself, you mentioned you work at Amazon. Those are, you know, you're working 16-hour days sometimes, man, and on your feet in a warehouse and stuff like that. So how do you go from that, then walk into a room where, like, not only are you training, but, you know, there's your peers and there's also people in the business around watching you, Blaire, and they can see on your face that you're tired as shit. And, like, I know, like, a lot of people do that. So talk to us about what that's like.
So, honestly, it cut my training from working so much. Like, I only train, like, every Friday now. And I hate it, but yeah, I go in there. They can tell I look tired, but then like since Shai Lin and then Daniel Maxon, they're trainers now, they decide to piss me off with jokes like, oh, they just try to just keep pushing my buttons when they can tell I'm not in the mood. But you know, I let it slide sometimes, but sometimes, you know, I'll just throw out a little jab, you know. But besides them two, training there, I love training with Jude Weiss. You probably seen him. He's the bow tie ref.
Yep.
Yeah. I like training with him because he can actually do certain flips and stuff that I like to learn. Everyone else just says, "Oh, well, I can't do that, so I can't show you that." So I'm just like, "Oh, fuck." I'm like, I don't want to. Like some days I don't want to learn just strikes and combos and stuff. Like I want to learn how to do a 630 one day. Like, and if they can't show me that, I mean, I understand, but
right.
You know.
I'm gonna go backwards here just a little bit again. Alex in the chat, who's a current wrestler you would want to wrestle. So let's pick a wrestler you've not been in the ring with yet. Is there someone in our local area you'd like to have a match against?
Interesting you asked that because I have a list for one. Oh. And since Austin's in here too, you're on that too, buddy. All right, so one is definitely Kenny Alfonso.
Hell yeah.
Man.
He's definitely one guy that I would love to wrestle. But yeah, from at New Breed, it'd be Austin Militalo. KCXW would be Tobias Storm because I kind of missed out on that match because it was supposed to snow that they were going to wrestle at IWA, and it ended up not snowing. And I was like, well, I'm not going to drive there now. So, and then Sid Holland.
Sid Holland.
So, yeah,
nice.
So
good list. So I was gonna, we kind of talked about Shooter Shaolin. I wanted to kind of fantasy book a little bit and kind of ask you best 2 out of 3 falls match, the wrestling's finest, Blaire Dior versus Shooter Shaolin. Who takes the dub?
You can be honest with you.
Sure.
I'm getting my ass kicked. Like I know I talk a lot of trash towards her, but no, I know like when it really gets down to it, there's no way in hell that I'm beating her. Like she's probably one of the strongest women wrestlers I've ever wrestled. Like
yeah.
Even though like I hated wrestling her our first time because the match to me it sucked. But I mean,
hey, she just went up to was it Iowa or Illinois? She just wrestled for a title up there, and Dean sent it over to us. Hell of a match, man. So she's
IEW,
yeah. So she's doing great things.
Yeah, she's killing it.
Hell yeah.
So let's talk New Breed Wrestling a little bit here, Blaire.
Okay.
How many times have you wrestled out there?
Either 4 or 5 times, I believe. Because I know my first time I wrestled Shipwreck for his debut. And then I went against... It was me and Alan Jones versus Shailin and Slammer. And then I think the third time was me and Burke Handy versus Hollis Giroux and Clay Huna. And then there was another match, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. But yeah, it's like 5 times out there, but I really want to wrestle Austin. Like, that's my buddy. So
Austin Militalo. That'd be a hell of a match.
Yeah, since I'm a heel over there, it makes sense.
I think you wrestled two times the night I went out there the night. It
was in Warsaw, wasn't it? Yeah.
Warsaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see you in the crowd.
Yeah,
I said hello, and you just you didn't say anything.
No way.
Yes, you did. I was like, "What's
No
up,
way.
man?" This was him. I was like, "What's up, man?" He was like, and I was
what a
like,
dick.
I was like, "Damn!" I was like, "All right."
No way.
Bro, I swear to you, I'm so serious.
There's no way.
That's great.
But yeah, so with the question about New Breed, kind of talk to us about New Breed, KCXW, all the different places you go. Tell us the differences in the crowds.
Oh, that's a good question.
Because I can tell you right now, That Warsaw crowd, completely different than that Kansas City crowd.
Yeah,
to each his own. But certain promotions have different crowds. I mean, like you go to a CSW event, the crowd at a CSW event is completely different than what it is at like a KCXW event. KCXW was real like family friendly and stuff. There was a lot of kids there. Like more than usual. Right. So just kind of talk to us about the walking into those different areas and with the different crowds.
Well, walking into different crowds like on a daily basis, like no matter what anyone says, like if they boo or cheer me, I'm fine with it. But like I did get bothered a little bit like at that Warsaw show because I got a racist comment and I was like, oh.
I did too, but from one of the wrestlers.
Was it Daniel Maxon or Tyler Bodine?
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
We'll go with Bodine. All right. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I was just in the ring wrestling during the Battle Royal, and they were like, sir, you don't belong here. I was like, oh, I don't. Okay. It's like I didn't see that coming at all. It caught me off guard. I almost broke character, but I was like, let me not show my black side too much. So I was like, yeah, we're gonna stay nice guy right now. But stuff like that, like it bothers me, but like I try to just shrug it off. Just
that got me there, man. I'm sorry, but that was hilarious.
I mean, if it is that guy, we all deal with him in the back. We can't stand him. So yeah.
All right. Well, let's try to get to a more positive note here. Let's talk about this next event for KCXW. KCXW Unleashed is coming. We've lost him. He's off the rails the rest of the show.
You said the next show?
Yeah, KCXW Unleashed. They announced a couple matches so far. We saw the most recent one, I think, was Ryan the Infinite is gonna, I guess, put his title up on the line against a mystery opponent. Tell us why, if you're even in the running for this, why it should be Blaire Dior, the challenge for that title.
I feel like it should be Blaire Dior because I feel like I proved myself enough to where like I should be in the title picture. But the Metro title's cool, but I'm looking more towards Mr. Calvin Aldridge. Mainly because I lost to him my first time wrestling him because he got into my head. I probably shouldn't have listened to him, but if I get into the ring with him again, I'll just, kick him in the face, frog splash him, it's over.
1, 2, 3, ball game.
Yeah, ball game.
That'll sell the tickets right there, man. You put you and Calvin on the headline, boom, that place is sold out.
Yeah, I saw Chase's comment on that YouTube video. I was like, yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
I don't know if we overlooked this or not, but Austin Moitalo has a New Breed Wrestling U.S. Championship Open Challenge coming up. And since we've seen the astonishing one in Tyler Bodine so many damn times, we've seen him beat his ass so many damn times. It would be nice to see somebody else answer that open challenge. And Austin's already calling it. He's saying the finest versus the astonishing one.
I'm here for it.
I would drive to Warsaw again to see that. So
yeah, book it. I'm always ready for whatever. I'm ready.
So just to kind of as we wind this down a little bit here, Blaire, what other ventures or bookings do you have going on in the next few weeks?
April 1st and April 2nd, I have Tri-States. This is why I take notes. God. Yeah, April 1st and April 2nd, I have Tri-States Wrestling. I believe it's back in, it might be back in Michigan, isn't it? I believe
Tri-States is running an event on WrestleMania weekend?
That's what it's looking like.
Nice. Are you in the 8-man tournament for the title?
I can't answer that.
Okay, so. Okay, yeah, I think they've only announced 6. So, oops. Anyway, go ahead.
And then KCXW, of course, on the 22nd of April. But yes, basically, with following a March, I took off to have family time. So, then May 27th is a New Breed again. Then the day after my birthday, June 10th, is New Breed. That's where you could book that U.S. title match, Austin.
There you go.
Yeah.
If
I don't go over, I'm not coming. Let's see. July 15th, and then it's IWA.
July 15th?
Yeah.
So that's a good thing you brought that up. And the only reason I asked that is because that's quite a ways away. How far in advance do you typically book yourself in matches or appearances?
I usually I try and book just every weekend. That's what I try to do. But sometimes they schedule me overtime, and like I have to like watch out for that, you know.
Right.
Because if I take a booking and I can't go, I feel bad.
Yeah. So you kind of stick around that like 4 to 5 month territory.
Yeah.
You don't want to do too terribly far out of that. Yeah.
Right.
So do you guys do you sell any merchandise for Blaire Dior?
It's actually in the works.
Is it?
It is.
Nice.
I plan on dropping a picture of it on my Instagram like in the next month.
Right on.
Nice.
Yeah, but I do sell pictures though. I saw pictures at shows.
Kind of scrolling back here to kind of pick up some of these questions. Did we get to Dean's about wrestling in WWE or AEW?
No, we did not.
Okay. So Dean wants to know, Blaire, what do you want to wrestle, WWE or AEW?
I'm gonna say WWE because I feel like everyone wants to go there, even if you're in AEW. They come on, man. Like you can't tell me like neither one of them want to be there. But
right.
But not only there, like I want to go to Japan or AAA. Like those are my key spots right now.
I like it. So to piggyback off of that question, Gears Zakai always asks if you could wrestle in any promotion / era. So like, would Blaire Dior be in WWE right now, or would Blaire Dior want to go to WWE from 20 years ago or
Ruthless
50
Aggression.
years ago? Ruthless Aggression? I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Nice.
I would love to wrestle a Legend Killer. What the hell was I about to say? Killer.
And then I think we have one. Taylor Wood wants to know, who do you want to fight next?
That's a good question too. There's a lot of guys I haven't wrestled. If I was to wrestle a women's wrestler too, though, I've been watching Miranda Gordy. She's pretty talented. Niles Plunk. Kuda. I would wrestle Kuda. Tobias Storm. There's a lot of guys out there. And then Anakin Murphy.
Anakin Murphy would be a good one too.
Yeah, you and Death Wish Anakin Murphy would be awesome. Gears says, I say put Blaire in the ring with Moonshine Mantell. That would be brutal. I could see it. Big guy versus little guy story.
Yeah.
Come back in a couple of weeks, and Matthew in our chat will remember your birthday. If you tell him your birthday one time, he'll remember it forever.
Okay.
Scott Tyler says, Scott Tyler jumped in. He said he'll fight you.
Anytime.
Hell yeah.
Anytime, any place. That would be sick.
The giant killer, Scotty Tyler, and the finest Blaire Dior. I like it.
That'd be sick.
Tyler, Austin says you can fight Tyler Bodine.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. No. Absolutely. No.
Alex wants to know, who would you want to have as a mentor or a trainer?
As a mentor or a trainer? Dean Houston.
I like it.
I like it. Yep. Gears of Kai says Scott versus Blaire would be a banger. CSW or KCXW needs to make it happen. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then Raz Dark Wolf says, where in the world would you like to wrestle?
Where in the world?
Raz lives in Australia, so that's one of the questions he likes to ask.
He's fishing. That's what he's doing.
It's also like 2 o'clock in the afternoon as well. So
I watch a lot of UK wrestling too. I would love to go to the UK. Yeah, anywhere in Mexico, but I want to learn Spanish before I go out there because I don't want to have a translator. I feel like it's too much to deal with.
Right.
But
I hear you. I've been doing the same thing. I've been trying to like implement like little things here or there, and I'm trying to learn a little bit more.
Yeah,
because we're going to Mexico, so it's dude, I don't want to go to Mexico and sound like an idiot. Like,
yeah, but what did he say? What? Huh?
Yeah. Well, I used to live in Texas, and I sounded like an idiot then, man, because like the majority of the workforce down there is all Hispanic. So they all look at me and they're like, "Oh, you speak Spanish?" And I'm like, "No," and they're like, "Oh, yeah." So yeah, as we're kind of winding this down here, where can everybody find you on social media, Blaire?
On Instagram is Wrestling's Finest, Blaire Dior. Facebook, don't gas my last name, is Peyton Bean. It's real. It's a real thing.
Don't gas it though.
Yeah. You're not getting my Snapchat. It goes weird over there. And then on YouTube, Blaire Dior. So yeah, that is.
Yes, highly recommend his YouTube page, guys. I did scroll through there creating that video and got a lot of good stuff up there. So go check out his YouTube. Yeah. Good stuff over there. So I think that about does it, sir. We appreciate your time, and like we always like to end every interview. We like to have you turn up the gimmick just a little bit, make you full screen, and have you say, this is Wrestling's Finest, Blaire Dior, and you're watching the I-70 Hot Tag.
All right, sure.
All right, let's get this off, and you can start whenever you're ready.
All right. Close the door. What's up, guys? It is your boy, the finest, Blaire Dior, and you're watching the I-70 Hot Tag. If you don't subscribe, I will close the door on you.
That was awesome.
Hell yeah.
That was awesome.
Again, man, appreciate your time. This has been fun. Appreciate you taking the time out to do this. So we look forward to seeing you here in the near future. Hope to be out at Unleashed coming up here in April. So we'll talk about that. So
bring some of those donuts, by the way, too.
Big Daddies.
Yeah.
I'll hook you up.
All right.
All right, sir. You take care.
All right, you guys too.
All right, see you later.
Bye. All right, everybody. Blaire Dior, the finest. Appreciate him coming on. Great opportunity to get to chat with him, and before he starts running out.
Nobody can see that. That's
yeah.
I had a present in my mailbox yesterday.
Yeah.
It was a I-70 Hot Tag tumbler. So appreciate that, sir.
Absolutely. Big shout out to KM Tactical.
That's who made this. Nice.
Yep.
KM Tactical.
Yeah, I got 2 I-70 Hot Tag ones, and then I got a CR Media one. So
nice.
But yeah, it was a good interview with him. Definitely need to get out to another New Breed show or Another
I need to get out to a
KCXW
new
show?
breed. I still have yet to be gone to one, so I said I got a Pepsi location in Sedalia. I know they run some Sedalia dates out there, so Warsaw's not that far away. I think they run in a couple other cities too in mid Missouri. So
Gears, Josh should have 3XL this weekend, 2XL and 3XL. If you need a bigger than a 3XL, let me know, and I'll get something worked out for you. I have some 4XL shirts that I bought for me to make a few of my own. So, but yeah, just let us know. But yeah, we have some shirts soon. So
search.
Really
we got shirts. We're gonna have koozies. We're gonna have stickers, flyers. We'll be there at CSW. I'll be there at CSW, but we'll have a table set up as normal. So in a new venue, Lenexa National Guard Armory. We'll get into that, guys. But we have a major announcement to make that we are going to do right after our 5-minute break.
Absolutely.
So stick around. It's a big one, and we will announce it right as we come back from the 5-minute break. So I am not prepared. Let me pull this up.
All right. Wait right here. We'll be right back.
can't wait to sink my teeth into one. And that is 8 Bowl Donuts.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Chase. Welcome back to the second half of the I-70 Hot Tag, where we talk about Kansas and Missouri independent professional wrestling in the Midwest, not just in Kansas City and Missouri.
Pretty much, yeah.
Still mainly Kansas and Missouri, right?
Yeah,
But-
yeah. It kind of stretches, as we saw. We watched the match from Iowa, or Illinois. And we've stretched a little bit into Iowa. We got Jay Fowler, who's up there and primarily in Iowa. He wrestles down here in Kansas City as well. But so
And when some of those Midwest promotions transfer into Kansas and Missouri, we notice that too, don't we, Josh?
We do. We're stretching those wings. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Kind of like the promotion that we're getting ready to talk about. Because it's not a Kansas and Missouri promotion.
No, it is not. It is not. Huge announcement.
Huge
announcement for us. We are extremely excited and honored to be a part of this. But I'm going to. We have a kind of a reveal. We'll play, and then we will chat about it. So, without further ado, here is our big announcement. You're muted, Chase.
Oh, my bad. I said Scotty mentioned that everybody has a prize. And that's right, guys. That's our big announcement. Josh and I are extremely excited for this. We're going to be there all day for this fan fest by SICW. And we're going to be there.
Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling. And this is their biggest fan fest event coming to the Midwest. And the I-70 Hot Tag is going to be a part of this.
Yeah. Ran by Billy Simmons.
No, Herb Simmons.
Herb Simmons, sorry. Ran by Herb Simmons, who is known a lot of people in the business. Been in the business for a very long time. So we are very excited to go to this event and be there with Herb and all of those people that are promoted for the event. Virgil, JBL, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. All of those people that are going to be there, just extremely excited. Cannot wait. Josh and I both are ecstatic about this. When we were presented with the opportunity, we thought, this was absolutely must do.
Yeah.
It's in Missouri. So it's right in our backyard. And what better way to promote an event than by the only podcast that covers Kansas and Missouri independent professional wrestling. So,
Hell yeah.
The only podcast that covers exclusively
Kansas and Missouri.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, we're not the only one, but we are the ones. I think we're the only ones that exclusively.
I'd hate for one of those other Joker podcasts to hear us say that and be like, actually, and then I'd have to poke them in the eyes.
I covered Journey Pro, so
we covered Journey Pro, or actually, we talk about guys from Missouri before. Randy Orton and Baron Corbin don't count.
Yeah.
Anyways,
this is the guys. This is the Bruiser Brody, Larry Matzik, Tony Costa memorial event. They're gonna induct both Jerry Briscoe and JJ Dillon into the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame. Jerry Briscoe is going to be inducted by JBL, and then JJ Dillon is going to be inducted by Herb Simmons. So, and Herb Simmons is a guy who here's a guy. He's a guy who's been in the business for 50 plus years. SICW has been around since the 70s, and he has ran this company since then. And it still runs strong. It never stopped. It never dropped off. It ran events every month since the 70s, guys. And they've had, Bruiser Brody, they've had Ric Flair, they've had Harley Race, they've had all these legends come through there. And this Fan Fest event, like we said, Ted DiBiase, Victoria, Jimmy Hart, Buff Bagwell, Teddy Long, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, the Nasty Boys, Virgil, Typhoon, Bushwhacker Luke, Haku just got announced. He's going to be there. Earl Hebner, all going to have tables at this Fan Fest event. And then the I-70 Hot Tag is going to be right in the middle of there with our own table, have our own stuff, and we're involved in that. And that's huge honor and privilege. And I want to shout out Herb Simmons and SICW for allowing us to have this opportunity. We absolutely cannot wait.
1,000%. I mean, dude, between that, Crandell, I'm going to WrestleMania, and then May, like it's crazy, man. Like, so definitely appreciate everybody supporting us, everybody digesting the content, helping get words out there, helping us grow. Like Josh and I cannot thank you all enough. It's very awesome. So Scott said, this is awesome, guys. Gears says this looks like tons of fun. Maybe he could mean this looks like tons of fun or tons of crap, whatever. But to each his own. He says no way I could afford to go, but huge for y'all. Absolutely, we appreciate the love, Kai. And then Brian J. Bebe says hell yes, absolutely, man. So we're gonna kind of soak this in as much as we can. But we wanted to make it a point to let you guys know that we appreciate you and we're happy that you guys are supporting us because we're trying to grow this year. So, and this is how we're going to do so. So,
yep. We appreciate each and every one of you guys
pretty
and gals.
stoked.
So
absolutely. 5 events going on this weekend.
Gonna be busy.
It is.
You're gonna be busy.
But
typically we always like to run down the cards of each event that happens that weekend before if we have a show here, we break down the cards that happen. And you all right?
Yeah. Something like just floated in front of my screen, but there's nothing here. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I didn't.
It was like this little white thing. It just like flew across the screen like this, and like there's nothing here. Like so, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping balls.
The hired gun, Big Joe Helms. Oh, there it is. We'll walk out with the Bruiser Brody Cup trophy. I did see you were going to be there. Can't wait to see that.
Interesting.
Yep.
Calling this shot, man. I like it.
Right here on the I-70 hot tag. Why not?
Yep.
So,
Brian J. Baby.
Appreciate it, Brian. So, like I said, man, we have 5 events coming on this weekend, and typically we go through each event that's going on that weekend, and we run down the card and we give predictions on some of these. But I mean, there's probably 35 or 40 matches happening across our state, both states. So what I thought we would do is, instead of going down each card and being here until 2:00 in the morning, talking about them all, I think we take a couple matches from each card, maybe the ones that we're not highlighting in specific. We're just going to randomly pick a couple, but definitely the one that we think is going to be the main event, most likely the title matches of each promotion. And we will chat about that and give predictions. So
just wanted to throw that out there for a couple seconds. That was funny. But yeah, I mean, like there's 30 matches with, that have been announced for all 5 of these shows. It would be, Josh is right. We would be here till 1 or 2 in the morning giving these breakdowns. So definitely don't want to do that. So Josh,
I've got them all queued up here. We got, we're going to do 3 or 4 from each promotion. We are going to start with Central States Wrestling. That's the event that we have sponsorship stakes in this weekend, and I will be in attendance for. We'll do 4 matches in this one, and 2 of the 4 will be our sponsored matches.
Nice.
We'll go ahead and pull up the first one here. First one is the tag team match. The Premier, SK Bishop and Campbell Myers with Roscoe Leach. Taking on the team of Mason St. Goods, who premiered or debuted at Deal with the Steel, to take on and Chris Hendricks, his tag team partner, and sponsored by the I-70 Hot Tag. So, Chase, I'll let you lead off with this one.
Yeah. Now in CSW, we all know that the Premier are, not the nicest guys, especially running around with a scumbag like Roscoe Leach. So, but unfortunately, they've done enough the past year to impress me, for me not to pick against them. So I think Mason and Chris are good young talents, but SK Bishop and Campbell Myers they're there. They're those guys. So I think it's their match. And we start seeing SK Bishop and Campbell Myers push forward really, really hard. And I think after this event, we're going to hear some chatter within CSW. This is my bold prediction. After this match, we're going to hear some chatter in CSW about the future of the tag team division, and there possibly being tag team championships coming very, very soon. That's my bold prediction. So
I'd love it, man. I would love it.
Yeah.
Love tag team wrestling. We've got great tag teams across our area, that wrestle all over Kansas and Missouri. And we got the Premier, we got the Howlets, we got, Team Ambition that's out there. We got Moonshine and Derek Neal's out there as well still. So that'd be nice, man. would be awesome to introduce some new titles. That would give them their third title if you include Jeremy Wyatt's DWF. So
It would.
So
that's got to end sooner rather than later, right?
You would think you would think that it would have a they would do some sort of unification, but or Wyatt's run. Is that what you're saying? Wyatt's run or the title going away?
Both.
Yeah, I think eventually they're going to do a unification, but who knows? Never.
If he don't lose it, that's if he doesn't lose it this weekend to Jake something.
Yeah, Jake something come in and just swipe it right off of him real quick. So he has that capability of doing that. So
absolutely.
I do agree with you. By the way, I think the Premier do take this one home as well. As you said, they're the team to beat in this match for sure. So Premier take that one home. We will jump over to Rex Amadeus versus the hair metal heartthrob Dallas Cade. And this is a match that I kind of that I thought would happen at some point during this event when they were started making announcements, because we see Rex in we saw him at Deal with the Steel. We saw him in pre-shows at Horseman Country. He's wrestled at CSW a couple times. Dallas as well. Dallas took a few months off, but he is back. This is going to be a fun match, man. My prediction is our first guest of the I-70 hot tag, the hair metal heartthrob, takes the victory and knocks out Mustache Mountain. So Dallas wins.
So here's what I was going to say. I was thinking about this, and if I remember correctly, Dallas versus Rex was the first match we saw at CSW, wasn't it? They were the preliminary match at No Turning Back.
They were, yes. You're right. Yep.
Now, preliminary matches usually don't get stories behind them, but for these two guys, I mean, obviously these two guys know each other pretty well. So this is a story for them. And I don't know, man. I don't know if you've seen or not, but Rex has, dyed the hair, formed, chiseled the mustache a little bit, got a serious tan. Looks like he's been working out. So for as much as I would love to see Dallas Cade, coming back, we saw him at Journey Pro. He's going to make his return to CSW. I'm very excited for Dallas. I might have to go with Brian J on this one, man. I might have to pick Rex. Give me 5 seconds. I'm sticking with Dallas Cade. Sorry. All right, final decision. Dallas Cade.
All right.
Rex is gonna give me a big fuck you next time I see him.
He's gonna eat that L.
Yep, yeah, because he's gonna hear me say that he's gonna lose, and he's gonna be like, "Fuck you, you didn't."
Well, when he wins, he's gonna come over there and shove it right into our faces. So,
he's going to regardless if he loses or not.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. So,
absolutely.
All right, so next match we're sponsoring, and we're not sponsoring the match. We're sponsoring a wrestler, Dan the Dad, sponsored by the I-70 Hot Tag, in a rematch from CSW Vendetta, which we saw him defeat the Black Diamond Luke Langley, and very interesting match. Chase, I'll let you lead this one off.
Yeah. I am extremely excited for this match. I love both of these guys, talent-wise. Huge Dan the Dad fan. But when we're sponsoring Dan the Dad, we are rooting for Dan the Dad. But there has been something going on as far as a shift with Luke Langley and CSW, if you haven't noticed. And that is the winning streak.
Yep.
Plus, him turning around stuff. So very, 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 very hard to pick against Dan the Dad. I'm not going to. I'm going to stick with Dan the Dad as my prediction. But it's scary. So
it's very scary. And I being the sponsor of Dan the Dad, I'm sticking with Dan the Dad as well. But Luke Langley, I think, is on a huge uprise in Kansas City. And I think if he does somehow get this victory over Dan, I think this is going to be the start or the continuation of I agreed, Brian. It's going to be a continuation of that losing streak turning into a winning streak to where he could potentially win, and could get that shot at either Dak Draper or Jeremy Wyatt or whoever holds those titles at the time, sometime down the line in 2023. Because I'm a huge fan of Luke Langley, regardless of his character in CSW or any other promotion for that matter. I'm a big fan of Luke Langley, and I think he's the next rising star in Central States Wrestling. And I think he's going to do big things in 2023. So, indeed. Speaking of, this is who I think. Obviously, it's going to be the only title match on the card, but this is who we believe is going to be the main event, and that is it says main event on the graphic too. So, dumbass. Anyway, DWF Championship, the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt, taking on newcomer to Central States Wrestling, Jake Something. When the levee breaks. This match was, they had a lot of changes to cards throughout this entire night. We're going to talk about, each event having to, shift their schedules for this ROH tapings that's going on. But this is a match that was announced and, nothing changed about it. These guys were always going to fight each other. This match was always going to happen. It got shifted to the main event. There was going to co-main event with Dak Draper, but I'm excited to see this, man. And it's weird. I talked to you the other 2 or 3 weeks ago and asked if your son was ready to cheer Jake Something for all those times we've booed him, but I think he obviously is going to come in as the face in this match, is because Wyatt is the scumbag and always will be.
He is, but I don't know, man. Could you imagine that crowd being split between wanting to cheer for Jake Something and wanting to cheer for Jeremy Wyatt?
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to cheer for anybody, honestly, in this one.
Yeah.
It's going to be I mean, it's going to be noise.
Might keep my trash underneath my seat so I can. No, I'm just kidding. I would never do that. If you throw trash in the ring at a wrestling event, you're a piece of shit.
Agreed.
That was a joke.
Agreed. But my prediction is I believe Jeremy Wyatt somehow retains this and gets the victory and walks out still DWF champion in this one. So,
agreed. Yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Respect Jake Something, great athlete, but Jake Something's not going to come in his first match in CSW and beat Jeremy Wyatt for that DWF championship. Maybe Jake Something comes in, wins the DWF championship, and then leaves with it. Says, "Hey, I don't belong, or this championship doesn't belong here, so I'm out."
Yep.
I am very upset. I am going to miss that match this weekend.
It's going to be a hell of an event, man. Hell of an event. There's 7 matches announced for the card. The Halletts are going to be there. Hustle and Muscle will be there. The Premier, as we already talked about. So, no Luigi, and I think we're going to see Luigi probably less and less as time goes forward. And I was listening to a podcast with Michael Strider, and he was on just recently on a podcast, and he talked about Luigi Primo and getting them while they're hot. And that's kind of what CSW did with, or getting them before they get hot, I guess. And that's what they did with Luigi Primo, is they got him right before, and they kind of skyrocketed with him in CSW, and then now he's kind of off the races. Hell, he was in wasn't he on Jericho's cruise?
Yep.
So he was on Jericho's cruise. He's wrestling lots of all over the place, man. Japan, yeah, he's in Japan for a while. So good for him, man. Good for him. And
Absolutely.
former guest of the I-70 Hot Tag. We got him too.
Former guest of the I-70 Hot Tag.
We got him too. So
yeah.
So that does it for CSW. Again, we're just gonna kind of briefly go over each card here. So we got a few matches. I don't know if you saw, man. You might have been in the movie theaters, but I know you saw us posted on Facebook. We got a match announcement for XWE kind of on the fly.
I know. I saw in the chat where he was like, "I'm going to give you a match announcement."
Yeah.
And at first I was a little jealous. I was like, "Damn, Billy's going to give him the match announcement when I'm not on there." I was like, "That really sucks." And then I saw the match and I was like, "Oh, well, who would want to announce that?"
I'm going to miss Luigi. I am too. Gears. Like I said, hopefully he comes back, once or twice this year. But again, it's going to be a lot less frequent. But moving over to XWE Wrestling Heartbreak Brawl, happening in Salina, Kansas, this weekend, Saturday the 25th. The match we got to announce on the fly, Brian and I on last Thursday.
The piss break.
The piss break match.
Yep. ACFC's easiest win of their career. These two guys are going to come in and squash those two across the ring
against Valencia Epaz. So Chase,
I was very disappointed in our guy Billy Simmons, man. I was like, man, like as soon as I saw ACFC, I was like, oh man, this is going to be a banger of a match. And then I saw it was against Valencia, and I was like, oh, they're going to squash these two jobbers.
Without a doubt, ACFC walks in, wipes the floor with the Empire, and walks right back out, without probably breaking a sweat. What do you think? Do you think they walk out?
Oh yeah,
that quick. So
yeah.
Next match. No, we give Valencia shit. That match is going to be fantastic.
It is.
But again, as a prediction standpoint, we are going to pick ACFC on this one. Yep. So, But this one here, man, this is also when we talked about it quite a bit on our show last week with Dick Richards. He is defending Stormy Renee's KWA Women's Championship against Stormy Renee in a lumberjack match. And all the lumberjacks are chosen by Stormy Renee, who I do not believe have been announced yet, unless I missed something today. I don't believe the lumberjacks have been announced. They may not announce them. Maybe it'll just be kind of a surprise, and we'll have a ring full of, or the outside full of wrestlers before the match. But
I would love nothing more than to be a lumberjack there.
You and me both. Especially if they somehow, ban the Empire, which we know, there's gonna be some shenanigans. Ray Leon's gonna come into this. Valencia will be there. But do you think? What do you think, man? You think Stormy's gonna walk out with that title finally? It's been 6 months. She hadn't had that title around her waist in 6 months.
She better.
Yeah. Yeah.
If Stormy loses, we riot.
Yeah, let's do it. Hashtag it.
Yep.
We're gonna start the hashtag.
I'm gonna write it on a big sheet and hang it from the ceiling, like the crowds do, like the crowd did at ECW One Night Stand. If Cena wins, we riot.
Yes.
I'm gonna get a sheet and just paint that on there, and have them hang it up at Heartbreak Brawl.
Love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I honestly don't see a way. I don't know. I don't see how Stormy does not walk out with this title finally. I mean, it's been far too long, so I think it's time to get that title back where it belongs. So
I see a lot of ways. I see a lot of ways her not walking out with it, but they all involve those scumbags at the Empire.
Yeah. And maybe they do that. Maybe they go that route, and maybe Stormy wins somehow, but the title still. That's probably what's going to happen. Stormy's going to win, but Dick's still going to end up grabbing it and running out of the backstage or something, and he'll still have the title. So,
yeah.
Anyway, in what I believe,
you know why he doesn't like guys named Chase? Because guys named Chase don't like dicks.
Especially not 3 of them.
Heard that. Wish you didn't hear that, but I just heard that.
In the main event, just announced in the last couple days, Mike James coming to Salina to take on the XWE champion Kuda in a championship match. Not much I can say about this one besides Kuda is a gigantic fan favorite, at least in Leavenworth. And I know from what I've seen in, different videos that we've watched of XWE and creating these videos, I believe he's just as a fan favorite in Salina as well. So with that being said, he's only had a couple title defenses since he won it back from Niles Ponke. I don't believe this is going to be the end of his run here. So Kuda, get the dub in Salina. Chase, do you have anything to add to that match?
No.
Or any differences? Do you think Mike James has that? I mean, obviously he has an opportunity. He's got the title shot, but
absolutely. But against Kuda, Kuda is on fire right now in XWE. The only thing, there's not much of anybody to stand up against Kuda or stand against him. So Kuda takes the win for me easily.
Agreed. So Salina, Kansas. If you are in Kansas, anywhere near Salina, Wichita is probably only a couple hours away. I'm not sure how far they are from Topeka, but if you're anywhere near Salina, Kansas, guys, Heartbreak Brawl this Saturday night, February 25th. Go check them out. Going to be a fantastic event. You got a lot of matches, man. If you saw the mid-show break, like I was creating it, and that mid-show break was 7 minutes, just so you know, because there's so many matches, and I tried to put them all in there in the mid-show, and I just felt like XWE. I was putting match after match after match, and I'm like, man, this thing got to I think they had 10 or 11 matches, and some of them are multi-man matches. Like there's some tag team matches, some 6-man, 6 ways, and I'm like, that's crazy. So that's gonna be a jam-packed show. So Salina, man, don't miss out on this. This is gonna be a great event. So let me see if I missed anything in the chat. No. Let's move on to Troy, Missouri for Harley Race's World League Wrestling. And actually, it's not happening in Troy. This is happening in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Salute to the soldiers. Also, February 25th. We got a couple matches we will talk about, and friend of the show, former guest of the show, and he was here tonight in the chat. The astonishing Austin
Moitalo
is going to be in action against Big Jack Parker Jr. Chase, we'll let you lead this one off.
Austin Moitalo. I think as we've seen the emergence of Austin, I think Austin's going to continue to flourish. And what better way to do that than to beat the big guy, Jack Parker Jr. So,
yeah, I think I'm going to stick with that as well. Jack Parker has, destroyed a few wrestlers in the last few months. I've seen some clips that WLW's posted, and he's when he gets on a roll and he gets on a tear, he does some damage. So definitely not going to be an easy match for Austin. He will be the smaller of the two, obviously, but I think Austin Militalo is going to take this somehow, some way. The astonishing one gets the dub and is predicted by both of us. So
absolutely.
Another name that was mentioned tonight. Kenny Alfonso. Hell yeah. Taking on another fantastic talent, Jack Gamble. I've done it one time and it bit me in the ass. I don't think I'm ever going to pick against Kenny Alfonso. I was the only one to pick against him at Deal with the Steel, and he won. So, not picking against Mr. Alfonso until he proves me wrong, and I don't think it's going to happen here. Kenny Alfonso. And if this next match wasn't happening, I was going to say this is going to be the match of the night, but it will be very close to match of the night because these two men are extremely talented, so they're going to go all out. But Kenny Alfonso gets the dub.
Agreed.
I'm going to let you take this one because this is clearly match of the night.
Oh, yeah. WLW Junior Heavyweight Championship is on the line, guys. Matt Sydal versus Raheem De La Suede. Super excited to see this. Extremely superb talent out of the St. Louis area. You know, we see him and Moses' technical difficulties in Journey Pro. We would see him. In fact, I think technical difficulties was supposed to be the front runners for the tag team championship tournament that they had announced that they were going to do at Journey Pro before it folded. But you know, if you're not familiar with technical difficulties, get familiar with them. That is, they're extremely talented, extremely fun to watch. And Raheem and Moses both are very, very, I'm trying to think of the word, cherished, if you will, in WLW. WLW has used both of those guys extremely well. And this is a great opportunity for Raheem to showcase what he's about against a top tier talent like Matt Sydal. Dude, let's take a second here. Let's back this up a little bit. Raheem is taking on Matt Sydal this month. Next month, him and Moses' technical difficulties are going to get to take on Motor City Machine Guns. This is a crazy month for those two guys, man.
Hang on. We're going to talk about it in a second, but since you brought it up.
And
he's also facing Davey Richards.
Yeah. So he's going to face Matt Sydal and Davey Richards in the same weekend.
So, yeah.
And then next month, he's going to face off against Motor City Machine Guns. That's, you know, trying to think of how to word this. Obviously it absolutely sucks what happens to Matt Fitchett. But I'm happy that if something good has come out of that we're going to see the escalation of technical difficulties in these next couple months because of lost opportunities. So that's awesome. That's great for those guys. You know, so like I said, I'm glad that something positive has come of that. So good for those two.
Yep. And I can't really add much on to what you said. It's going to be a show stealer. We all know what Matt Sydal, aka Evan Bourne, can do. If you guys check out my the I-70 Hot Tag TikTok, I screen grabbed the Raheem De La Suede's promo for this event. You can go check out the WLW Facebook page. They have it on there as well. But it's funny because the interviewer, the guy who was interviewing Raheem, called or announced the match as you're going to be going one-on-one with AEW superstar Matt Sydal. And I immediately thought of, well, shit, that's I made that mistake. Just don't call him a superstar. So anyway, you're still on mute, but anyway.
Suck it. Anyways, I was going to say he's a professional wrestler.
Yeah. AEW wrestler. Yeah. And we have 100% lost Chase. He has completely left the left the lobby. So that's WLW. Salute to the soldiers. We should be a fantastic event over in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. He's trying to join back in. Come on, Chase. I won't push any more buttons.
Sorry about that. I have these two buttons on the side of my mouse, and I guess it's a forward and back button on the browser. I just found that out. I accidentally pressed it, and I was like, "Oh man!" So
that's funny.
Yeah.
So, Uncle Chase. All right, guys. So we're gonna stick with the eastern part of Missouri. We're going over to Cape Championship Wrestling in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. They're going to have a big match or a big event going on called Fight Night. Same day, 25th. And we got a couple matches to kind of highlight here and give our thoughts. The Crowleys, Jackson and Abel, and El Diablo are going to team up to take on the Pinnacles, Marco Stunt, Brandon Barbwire, and Walker 8. I believe that's how you Walker 8. So
are you
Love El Diablo
serious?
What?
Are you fucking serious?
That's 14, my bad.
Are you fucking serious?
What?
One more time, buddy.
Walker 13. Anyway, I drank 0 amounts of alcohol tonight too, so I have no excuse, none. But El Diablo is a big fan of El Diablo. He's coming in here to take on Marco Stunt and the CCW 2022 Wrestler of the Year, Brandon Barbwire, is on this team. So, that's weird.
That's fucking creepy. I'm down to kick Matthew out. That was not okay, Matthew.
Anyway, as much as I love El Diablo, I am gonna go with the Pinnacle here. Macro Stunt, Brandon Barbwire, and Walker 13. Chase.
Jesus. I'm gonna go with the Crowleys because you went with the Pinnacles. So
cool.
Just to be different.
Love it. Another multi-man match here for CCW.
Absolutely.
And Dangerous and Delicious. What a name. D&D and Chris Hendricks are going to take on the SNS Express and Jabari King. One of the S's is Slammer Mania. What you think on this one?
I'm going to go with the SNS Express and Jabari King. Just because either Dangerous or Delicious. I think it's Dangerous. Looks like Dick Richards if he lost a little bit of weight. That's why
I was going to say the same thing. That's funny.
That's why I'm going with SNS Express.
That's funny.
Dean says Shy Lynn will be defending her IWA title in Illinois this Saturday.
Nice. She'll be defending her New Breed women's title fairly regularly, I would assume, in New Breed with all the women they've signed. We talked about that last week. So that should be fun to see as well. But
indeed.
Yeah, I'm going to pick SNS Express as well. Can't go against Slammer Mania. And we can't take off the knockoff of the Vicious and Delicious. Can't pick them guys either. So main event. The newly crowned CCW champion Austin Lane putting his title up on the line against American Wolf Davey Richards. Not sure if Davey has wrestled in CCW before or how often he has, but it's pretty cool. He's coming down to Cape to wrestle here. I believe, he's wrestling. Obviously, he's wrestling Raheem. We'll talk about that in a second. The very next night, just right up the road. So, as far as this goes, I think Davey's going to give the rub to Austin. I think Austin's going to take this, get the win, solidify his status in CCW, and continue his new title reign. And I think it starts with the Davey Richards win. What a great first win, first title defense against Davey Richards.
Agreed.
So
agreed. I'm going to go Davey Richards.
Are you?
Uh-huh.
Damn. That'd be nice. Do you think he takes the title, or do you think he just you think he's going to be crowned the champion, or he's going to be some sort of shenanigans where it's like a disqualification?
I think he'll win the title. Why not?
I like it.
I like it.
I like it. I wish
Dean is
Kate-
right.
What do you say?
Don't swap sides with me again. I'm over here.
I'm not the one that left the lobby or left the studio. You
I
did.
didn't leave the studio.
You
I
did that.
I accidentally
did
hit the back button on my browser. I guess there's a button for it on my mouse, which is weird.
Yeah, I got some buttons on the side too. I don't think I've ever pressed it, so I'm not going to press them. I got 3 buttons.
I was waiting for you to be like, I got 2 buttons on the side of my mouse too. I wonder what they click. Gone. He gone.
But I do think that CCW announced that they are on IWTV now as well. So now here's a question: do they run? I'm very new to IWTV. When they run events, do they do live shows or is it just like a library?
No, they do live shows as well.
Okay. So St. Louis Anarchy and then CCW. So this Saturday, if you can't make it out there, you can watch them on IWTV. Obviously, I'm going to be tied up. You're going to be tied up. So neither one of us are going to be able to watch it. But Cape Championship Wrestling.
For all this wrestling I'm missing, I better get to interview at least. I better at least get to interview Jackson Mahomes if I'm missing this much wrestling.
Dude, it's still cool you got that opportunity though. Like,
oh, absolutely.
Like I wouldn't. You told me that I was like, yeah, you definitely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Can't pass that up.
No.
So, last event happening this weekend. We are at Glorypro on Sunday. We already had the graphic up, but Raheem De La Suede is continuing his hot streak and his jam-packed weekend, coming off the heels of Matt Seidel to go into St. Louis to wrestle Davey Richards. So, in this one, I'm thinking, I hate to pick against Raheem De La Suede in this one, but I am going to go with the American Wolf, Davey Richards in this one. Don't really have a reason. I just think that I think Raheem gets the win in WLW, comes across over here to Glorypro, and then has a fantastic match. But I am going to pick Davey Richards, who I guess is sponsored by Central State Sandwiches.
Well, that'd be cool. Central State Sandwiches sponsors Central States Wrestling.
That'd make too much sense.
I just wanted to throw that out there. Yeah, it'd be like, never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah, don't. I know exactly where you're going.
I picked Davey Richards in the other one. So I guess to be different, I'm gonna pick Raheem in this one. So
I don't hate it. You can't go wrong either way. It's gonna be a great match.
Raheem De La Suede wins, and then you get Raheem versus Camaro Jackson for the Crown of Glory Championship. And there's a little bit of a story there. But if Davey Richards wins, you've got the guy that started up Team Ambition against arguably Team Ambition's hottest guy right now, Camaro Jackson.
Yep.
So, I mean, like I said, you can't go wrong either way that match goes. But I'm going to go with Raheem.
Yep. Should be a great match. Next match, women's match. Tootie Lynn versus Heather Reckless. And Chase, let you kick this off.
Tootie Lynn.
Yeah.
Tootie Lynn.
Without question.
Yep.
Without question.
Yep.
Love both these ladies, but Tootie Lynn's gonna whoop some ass and take names. And sorry, Heather, you're in the path of destruction.
That's right. That's
so
right. Kick ass, chew gum and kick ass, and she's all out of bubble gum.
Yeah. And then in the main event, in the title match, the Crown of Glory Championship, the Quad Father Camaro Jackson against Hot Fire Myron Reed. And just like the last match, I don't see any possible way that Camaro loses this match. So it's the Quad Father, and it's still his time. Chase?
Camaro Jackson.
All right. Glorypro. Hey, 3 p.m. bell time, man. Afternoon. Get in, get out before dinner time. I don't hate it.
Josh likes it that way.
I do.
Josh likes it that way a lot. In the near future, when I'm not working on Sundays anymore, I'm going to start trying making more of these events on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah, definitely the ones that are within driving distance there and back. You know, we could probably make here to kick names and chew ass. And I wanted it fast. Kind of.
That's right.
All right, sorry, Heather. Yep. I didn't have the chat up, so I was kind of behind there. All right, so that does it, guys. Glorypro Anniversary 6. They had to shuffle some talent around, as did WLW. I think had to shuffle one around. CSW had quite a bit. I don't know about CCW. Actually, I think CCW did as well, because they had go to CCW's page and look at their their pictures, because it shows all their matches, and you look through that graphics, there's like 18 matches posted, and it's because they posted one, they had to change it. It's hard to make out what's actually happening there. And again, that's nothing we could do. It's just the fact that, you know, guys are getting opportunities in our area to bigger and better, not better, but bigger opportunities and get exposure. And that ROH taping is happening this weekend. So good on them, and fantastic for all these guys and gals who get that opportunity. So, all right. What do we got, man? Anarchy?
St. Louis Anarchy had a huge announcement this week. Super excited for them. They announced Giants Woke, Eyes Open, June 9th, 2023. Miyu Namashita debuts. Tickets are on sale right now at St. Louis Anarchy. Guy, I don't know what June looks like right now, but this might be the event. This might be it, dude.
Yeah.
So
yeah, she for those of you who don't know her, she wrestled in a company called Joshi over in Japan. Joshi. Because I looked her up. I was like, where she's, because I've heard the name before, and I looked her up, and primarily she worked in a company called Joshi over in Japan. So, and she has had a fantastic matches. I watched one. I'm forgetting who she wrestled against, but dude, like, this is a big deal for Anarchy to get her. And you're right, man. I gotta look at my calendar and find out what June has in store. I know that's usually,
like I said, man, this might be it. This might be
the
one.
What was that date? Let me pull that up
June
again.
9th.
June 9th. So it's not late, because the boy's birthday is late in June. So June 9th, and that's a Friday. God.
Yeah.
I forget it's Fridays. So that's a day I'm going to have to take off work.
So am I. But that's all right.
I don't hate it.
Works on my shit list right now.
Yeah, it is.
I just paid the expensive price to renew my season tickets to the Chiefs. And actually wound up trading them. So actually now I'm close. I actually took over Clint's season tickets, because it was going to be the same price, and Clint is 12 rows from the field. So I just took over Clint's tickets. And I told work, I was like, hey, you have until August to change my schedule to Sundays off. And they're like, oh, well, we don't know yet. And I'm like, oh, I know. That's why I just told you. And then I've also got to tell them. I've also got to tell them about my week-long trip to Europe later this year. So
and apparently Mexico too.
Yeah. So yeah. I don't. If I take off a Friday, well, learn to love it.
Yeah.
So
I was looking through our calendar, because I'm trying to keep with that one show a month if I can. That we talked about attending when we first started. Excuse me, the podcast. We got February CSW.
I don't know if he's trying to say shit or if he's saying sure. Like, sure, that's 3 days. Like, instead of sir, saying sure.
So, yeah, birthday's in. Why don't you go ahead and say your birthday, Matt? Matthew will remember it, and then ask him in 3 weeks. He'll tell you what it is.
All while Matthew is a security guard at Club Risque.
Yeah,
where girls fall off poles and Matthew catches them.
Nice. Appreciate you, Matt, doing the work over there. Grandel in March. April, we've got XWE. We've got 2 of them sitting there in Salina and Leavenworth. Got to figure out those details. Hopefully we'll be able to be there and work something out. If not, we got KCXW going on in April as well. So
absolutely.
May SICW as we announced, and then June we got Anarchy. I got nothing else written down here in June, so Anarchy. June might be the Anarchy month, man.
Hey, so I don't want to say too much, but I want to say enough because if I don't say it now, I'll forget later. According to the graphic, we're fucking going to that event in April. So
yeah, I know. I saw it. Okay. I know. We have to. Like,
I mean,
yeah, no, I'm good with that. And honestly, I think that's the same night. If it is in Leavenworth, it's the same night as KCXW. So, yeah, I had always planned on going to Leavenworth one. I couldn't remember if KCXW was early or not. But if memory serves me correct, it's the same night. So, speaking of the show we're going to attend, Grandel Wrestling in March.
Indeed.
Made
another match announcement.
Huge match announcement.
Yes. And so I don't know if you heard Scott and I last night on the AEW Dynamite post show. We were talking about silhouettes because the match graphic for AEW Revolution has the 3 teams or like it's a fatal 4-way or a triple threat for the AEW Tag Team Championships.
Mm-hmm.
And Scott was like, well, the silhouette is a guy of long hair and a bald guy. And I was like, well, Scott, let's pray to God that silhouettes aren't actually a real thing, because Josh has 1,000% confirmed that if that's correct by Scott's theories, that the silhouettes are real, they do represent who they really are. Mystery guy looks like Ryback.
Yep.
And here's Scott. It's Ryback.
I told you, man.
Listen.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, are they seriously bringing in Ryback? Who knows? They might. Who knows?
Gosh, I hope not. I'll storm the ring. If it's Ryback.
Making his in-ring debut, or not debut, but his return. He just won the legal battle to keep the Ryback name, and maybe he's been talking about making a comeback. Who knows? Chase is pumped. Chase is a big Ryback fan, much so that he can't even see any of his TikToks because Ryback's blocked them.
That's not saying much. Ryback has blocked a lot of people,
yeah.
And I don't know if he just goes through and sees videos of people making fun of him, and then he's like, "Oh, that guy commented on it, and that guy liked it, so I'm blocking them, and I'm blocking them." I don't know. Who knows? Who cares?
But aside of all that, who knows?
But hopefully, the point is that hopefully, Raz's theory on the silhouettes being true isn't true, because if Ryback shows up to this event, I don't know.
You're gonna pop, and you're gonna cheer, and you're gonna get extremely excited when he comes out and starts chanting, "Feed me more."
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you will.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna get super upset, and then I'm gonna cheer when Kenny Alfonso kicks him in his fat dummy skull.
Kenny Alfonso's having I mean, this isn't the same weekend where we're talking about some different weekend, but this is a 6-man cash out ladder match, and the winner. And then, granted, this is Grandel Wrestling. The winner receives a Crown of Glory title match, which is Glorypro. So
Yep.
these two companies working together, it's cool to see that. And I can see every single one of these guys winning it. Xavier Walker, big man. We saw him last time we went to Glorypro. We're going to see him this Saturday in CSW. We saw ATM and Glorypro. Ethan Price, big strong boy. He's had a hell of a run in Glorypro, and I could see him taking this as well. Cody Lane, Kenny Alfonso, whoever the mystery. I don't know, man. So all jokes aside, not Ryback, obviously, but who do you think, or who could you see as that mystery opponent? Realistically, no jokes, like I said, all jokes aside, who do you see, or who could you see coming in and making a splash and making that big announcement to be that mystery opponent? Or is there one? I mean, do you have anybody off the top of your head?
Yeah, I can think of a few people. Josh Alexander.
Okay.
He was announced for the event, and he hasn't been announced for a match yet, right?
I don't believe so. No. Neither has Matt Seidel's match. Oh wait, I take that back. Did Seidel get? I'm probably thinking of WLW, but I don't think Seidel's been announced for this either. Somebody's facing. We've got so many wrestling promotions having events. I'm getting promotions mixed up. So yeah, I don't think Seidel's been announced for Grandel either. So that could be a good surprise entry. And that would make sense too, because Seidel, high flyer, getting into the ladder match. I think that'd be fun to see.
Yeah, so let's think of everybody who's been announced for this. Rocky Romero has been announced. Now they're going to have a pre-show battle royal. Did you see that?
Yes, and there's some good. The premiere.
Yeah, the premiere on it.
Yep.
Frodo's on it. Death Wish, Anakin Murphy, Baracus.
There's a couple other names we've seen on it as well, I think.
Yeah, Big Daddy Dion.
Yep.
Dave Turner. American Badger. Yeah, there's a lot of cool names on there. Effortless Chris Hendricks. He's going to be in CSW. I'm trying to see if I can pull up like what they've announced, because now that you mentioned it, now it's got me a little interested here.
Got you wondering, huh?
Uh-huh. So on the original poster, Mike Outlaw was on the original poster. Warhorse. I don't know if I don't know if Warhorse is going to be at ROH. I have no idea who all is going to be at ROH.
Well, this isn't happening that weekend. This is March 18th.
Okay.
So this is a different weekend. So
that's correct. Good call. Good call. See, I was making sure you were paying attention, asshole. Trying to scroll through here, see if I can get back to some of their earlier announcements.
Yeah, so I'm looking at their photos. So they've got Rocky Romero, Benjamin Trust is going to be there. I think he's in the Battle Royal. Gary J is going to be there. I don't think he's got a match announced yet. So nope. he could be in there. Now we are going to see Nick Aldis versus Thomas Shire. God, that's going to be a badass match.
Yep.
I forgot about that match. Warhorse, Dak Draper. So Dak Draper's match hasn't been announced yet.
Oh, see.
So lots of Jake something, Matt Seidel. So yeah, I think it could be any one of those guys or gals. Or it could be somebody they haven't announced. Like it could be somebody completely off, just to throw everybody off, and it'll be a complete surprise. But they've got a lot of big names, man. This is going to be a gigantic. I'm like just rolling through that car. I'm like, I just got, not that I wasn't excited for it, but I just got completely excited for it all over again. Just seeing all these matches we're going to see, and all these wrestlers are going to be there. So
Yeah, Warhorse and Davey Vega and Benjamin Trust are in that are still in that 6-man tag, Team Filthy versus Team St. Louis.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
But you're right. Gary J hasn't been announced for a match yet.
Josh Alexander.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's a lot of people that they could go through and stick in this spot, and I would be okay with it.
Hey, look,
dude, I'm right there with you, man. I'm excited for this event again, all over.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it should be a hell of an event. I don't know who's going to be that special guest, but or that special opponent, surprise opponent. Anyway, ladder match, man. We're gonna see a ladder match up close and personal. It's gonna be fun.
it is. It's gonna be lots of fun. I'm
gonna be fun.
Super excited for this event.
So, last but not least, guys, we've got one more match announcement to talk about, and that's KCXW Unleashed. El Diablo is going to take on Daniel Maxon of I don't think he's in a faction in KCXW, but should be a great match, man. We love El Diablo. We've seen Daniel Maxon a couple times across our area, New Breed and KCXW as well. So this was just announced, as well as they announced that Ryan the Infinite is going to be, I believe it was going to be a title match for the Metro title. They announced him going against a surprise opponent as well. So could be Blaire Dior. I don't know if it's going to be or not. I was just throwing it out there just because we were talking about it, but he could. I'm not sure who's going to take on. Have you been keeping up with Saturday Slam? Do you watch that on a regular?
I do, but I haven't the past couple of weekends because I've been busy with family stuff.
That's kind of how I've fallen out of it the last couple of weeks as well. So I don't know what what stories are brewing for this. So I can't even give an accurate prediction on who's going to go for the Infinite's title, but who knows? Can't wait to see it though.
We'll see.
We shall see. So that about does it, man. I don't think we got anything else.
I don't, man. I can't think of anything that stands out. Other than this weekend is going to be wild and crazy, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I can't wait to like I said, I'm going to be there live for CSW. I can't wait to hopefully pull up Independent Wrestling TV and watch Cape the next day, on the replay, and then WLW and XWE. I don't think are on any of the platforms that we would be able to see them in a live or replay fashion. I think you got to wait until they post it on their social media. So, and Glorypro, they're gonna be on Fight on Sunday night or Sunday afternoon.
That is correct.
I think we've kind of hammered everything going on this weekend.
Yep. All platforms are extremely affordable. If you don't have them, I highly recommend getting them. It is well worth it. Go see Josh at the merch table at CSW. Get you an I-70 hot tag t-shirt, a sticker, a free flyer. Give all those flyers away because we're gonna have to update them soon. So
yeah, I need to get you. I need to get you and get some flyers. I got some, but I don't think I have enough.
Yeah,
so
I'll get you some. But yeah, no, definitely go check that out, and it's gonna be lots of fun. Hey, guy, why don't you make a goal of $500 at CSW?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. I would love it. I would absolutely. We've been to CSW many times. It's going to be completely different than our setup at XWE because the XWE fans hadn't seen us, but CSW we've been there since August, man. It's been 8 months now. We've been in every event. So
absolutely. So yeah. Other than that, that's all I got, my friend.
other than that, on next Thursday, we got 2 guests coming up. I don't have the Monday queued up, but I do have Thursday's video queued up. But this Monday night, man, you and I are going to be sitting down with Wrestling Over Everything owner Chuck Lauderdale on the pit stop. So we got our pit stop's going to be a little bit different format. We're going to talk to the Wrestling Over Everything's owner, and then I think we're still going to go ahead and watch the a match from Grandel, the last Grandel event, because that's who we're having on Thursday. But I can't wait, man. Chris is I watched a little bit of ABJ's interview with Chris or Chuck, sorry, and should be he's has some great stories on how Wrestling Over Everything, how he started that and why, and so I can't wait to talk to him, and so should be a fun interview.
See what the future holds.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then Thursday, as we were talking, we are going to talk to the owner of Grandel Wrestling. I'll cue up the video. You like how I got the Deans and the Big Daddy's logo? I've been struggling trying to find a good spot to put those on our graphics, but I think that's probably one of the best spots.
Probably one of the best. Yep.
So anyway, guys, that about does it. I'm all out of gas. 2 hours, 8 minutes.
All right, guys. As usual, if you guys haven't already, make sure you're following the I-70 hot tag on all forms of social media. Share it out. Tell your friends, especially your friends who like professional wrestling, even if they don't live in the Kansas City, Kansas and Missouri area. Tell them to come hang out. Listen to the interviews of some hardworking guys working in the business, guys and gals working in the business around the Midwest. And I promise you they'll love it just as much as you do. And then follow CR Media on all forms of social media, guys. As you know, this is where the I-70 hot tag is, and then also all other forms of wrestling content, a little bit of Chiefs content in there, but kind of doing a bunch of stuff. So appreciate everybody's support and continued support. And make sure you come back Monday for the pit stop, where we're going to interview Chuck Lauderdale and watch Grandel Wrestling from their last event. And other than that, good fight and good night.